Okay, nasa na yung mouse ko?
Yan o.
Ha?
Yan o.
So, as I was saying, today I'm gonna be doing a review on the Rakk Yano, a budget RGB pretty much all-around gaming mouse, especially for FPS games. Now, originally, I put up a voting poll between this and the Logitech G102, but since this has a much better sensor and subjectively looks better and cooler, actually looks kinda similar to the Razer Mamba. And lastly, the fact that this was just released 2 weeks ago, I just decided to go with this. So, just to get specs out of the way, we have a PixR 3360 sensor up to a 12,000 dpi setting, which you can customize horizontally and vertically independent from each other, and a 1000 Hz polling rate, meaning you don't have to worry about input lag or latency, which makes this mouse pretty much in the same league as something like a Corsair M65 Pro and SteelSeries rival 700. Build quality wise, solid. The soft touch plastic on the top and the glossy plastic for the body feels okay. I mean, even though this is a high-end spec mouse, it is still a budget gaming mouse. So they had to make a compromise somewhere, right? The mouse is surprisingly light. I don't know how light to be exact since Rakk Gears didn't really indicate it. I would say about 70 grams. Along the DPI button and the scroll wheel itself, at first I thought it was metal, which I think is actually plastic. I can't really tell, but it feels solid. Even though this is a symmetrical mouse and can also cater players who use their left hand, the two side buttons are only located on the left side. I like the aesthetics of the Yano and isn't too small that it can cater pretty much any type of mouse grip. I was expecting the side grip of the mouse to be rubberized based on the pictures I saw, but unfortunately is plastic as well with the rest of the body. The underside has 3 metallic feeling plastic feet. The 6-foot long cable is braided and the USB connector is gold plated. And lastly, the light up Rakk logo and the edge lighting, which like the kids say, looks dope AF. So I've been using the Yano for a few days now, and as soon as now, I think it's safe to say that this is probably the best budget gaming mouse, period. So while I may not be the hardcore gamer who plays until the sun rises, the mouse did give me an advantage in playing the 2016 Doom, the only fast-paced FPS game I currently have. Sorry. The Yano has Omron switches which feel great and offers just enough actuation force on it, including the DPI button and scroll wheel, which has good resistance on it when pressing, and it doesn't feel stiff unlike most gaming mice I've used in the past. And scrolling through web pages is pretty seamless. The side buttons are perfectly positioned, offers enough resistance on it that you won't accidentally press them. Like I said, the Yano has up to a 12,000 dpi setting, which is overkill. But upon installing the software, it can actually max out to 24,000. I'm speechless. Who's gonna be able to take advantage of that? I don't know. I set the DPI to 4000 when playing games, and that for me is the best setting for any type of game. But hey, if you're someone who can somehow take advantage of the maximum DPI setting of 24,000, then good for you. I did try to play Doom at 12,000 DPI and it was a nightmare. The other main advantage when using the Yano is the 1000 Hz polling rate, which has been a pleasure to use. Actually, did feel really different compared to my previous gaming mice, which I think only had 250 to 500. The mouse feels responsive AF, and even the most hardcore of hardcore gamers will love this. Now I can pretty much vouch for the responsiveness, but here's a quick test just to show you guys. Now, will this make you a better gamer? Absolutely not. It depends, I guess, but it will give you that advantage when playing competitively. And lastly, going into the software, all the buttons are programmable. It gives you up to 5 DPI settings, but you can disable the rest and maybe just choose 2 like what I did and set the DPI settings to your preference and assign a color to that setting. You can choose to turn off the LED on the Rakk logo, and as I said before, it lets you customize the DPI setting horizontally and vertically independent from each other, which I don't really see the purpose, but it is an option. Of course, changing change the edge lighting to a color of your choice, the brightness, and of course choose from 4 different effects. In the parameter tab, I highly recommend these settings. Turn off improve pointer precision, you can thank me later. Going into my 2 nitpicks with the lighting, in assigning a color to a DPI setting, you're stuck with these 7 colors, and I wish you can sync the edge lighting with the Rakk logo, which hopefully can be changed with a software update. And by the way, when pressing the DPI button, it flashes a prompt or notification at the upper left corner of your screen to which DPI setting you're in, and at the same time when in game, it exits you to your desktop. So before launching a game, exit the software from your taskbar first. So you can get the Rakk Yano for 1,200 pesos at ECPC or any other shop where they sell Rakk gears. Unfortunately, this is currently not available at Lazada. And so, in conclusion, Rakk gears, well done on the Yano, hands down, you've got a winner. If you're someone in the market for a high-end gaming mouse and doesn't really plan to spend 2,000 to 5,000 pesos on it and doesn't really care about brands, take a look at this. It might be a good fit for you. As always, bookmark and use my Lazada affiliate link when buying at Lazada as a way to support my channel. Don't worry, as it won't have any additional charges to your purchase. It just gives me a small kickback every time you use my link when buying at Lazada. And if you don't mind donating at all, I'll also leave the link to my Patreon in the description of this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.